Preservation Thursday. It's a Preservation Thursday. It is 11:45 a.m. We're still happy morning, huh? Happy morning. Hey, women at work. Women at work in that Richmond, Virginia area. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been having connectivity issues out here, so I'm going to kind of try to... We're going to talk about HUD today. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I got a question. I don't know. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? If you get a contract from HUD, that's the government, can you discriminate on the contract? If you've been awarded a government contract, can you discriminate with that contract? Just a question. I guess this contact clause or something that they had in Purdy Enterprises. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, the clause would be voidable and it's not enforceable. Okay? Nobody can tell you. You can only say something good about me if you're subpoenaed to court to say so, to do business with you. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. I'm sorry. That is just the most absurd thing I have ever heard. That's number one. Number two, liable or libel, when you libel somebody, or slander. They both fall in the same category when you get into court. Only one defense. The truth. Remember, if you will, Mark Twain. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Kind of funny how that works. The truth, even if it's negative, is the truth. There's, it's like a fact. A fact is based on it, unless it's Monsanto fact. Okay, let's clarify here. Fact in Monsanto fact, and then we have fiction. Okay, fact, kind of the truth. I got a question. Best Asset gets a contract. They get an award from HUD. They can't facilitate the award. They go ask Guardian. Guardian looks at everything and goes, "What are you, nuts? You're kidding me." No. They shop it to PK. PK Management is going to run it by using some of their software or some crazy thing. Now I ask you, Guardian said no because the numbers were so low. If they took a percentage, they couldn't find anybody reputable to work. Nobody would even be able to afford a business license at the numbers that they'd have to give. Again. This is in Nevada and Idaho. Okay? Why? There's a HUD office in Boise. There's a HUD office in Reno. There's a HUD office in Vegas. Why aren't these offices being utilized to find? Is this a question for, what's that gal's name? Kimberly Satterfeld. 4 days in, gets a vacation. Oh, some job. I guess she replaced Mr. Carnes. I don't know. We'll find out, but we actually have, because in a minute here, we're beating HUD up today. We're going to beat HUD up today. And maybe this is something that we need to go higher up the food chain. Maybe we need to start tagging Ben Carson on Twitter. He's on Twitter, guys. Think about it. How do you bring awareness? We put it out in the court of public opinion. If it's the truth. Lawyers see it. Oops. Yeah. I'm just saying. But I want to point this out. Okay? Guardian says no because the numbers are too low on the bid. So I was just trying to contain myself. I don't even want to see the contract. If another order mill is saying the numbers are too low, okay? Yeah, I don't even. You can send it. If it's coming out of PK, I already yeah. Too much control. But best asset, PK. Here, give me a piece of the pie. Here, you can have the dirty pie plate. Have some crumbs. It's going, why? Okay, Miss Satterfield, why is this work bouncing all over the country before it comes here to be done? Makes no sense. We talk about wasting money. Holy cow. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But if there is a HUD office in Reno, Nevada, and one in Boise, and one in Las Vegas, wouldn't it go to reason there's an employee in them? Are taxes? I mean, wait a minute. HUD is a government agency. It functions on taxpayers' taxes. Hello? Just saying, folks. Just saying. Think about this and put it in perspective. And I'm telling you right now, and maybe this is something, maybe this guy Mike Rowe, the Department of Labor, Mr. Acosta, Alex Acosta, maybe they need to kind of get tagged on a few things here, and I'll tell you why. Part of the Trump agenda is to put America to work. If you bring this back local, all these people in the middle, they'll have to find something to do. They might even have to go out with a mop and a broom and clean something and do some work instead of pushing a button to get their percentage. Here, let me push a button and get my percentage. Let me push the button and get my percentage. Do that 1,500 times a day, folks. Do it 1,500 times a day. Oh, wait a minute. I don't like your picture. Let me take your percentage. Think about it. Think about that. You just think about what I just said. Think about that. Why isn't HUD coming? You develop. Here's what happens on the local level on that infrastructure portion of what I am saying. You got a guy in a HUD office or a gal. I hope it's a gal because I kind of, they're pretty, But anyways, you got somebody in the office. That's what I'm getting at. You got somebody in the office. You go in and talk to them. Oh my goodness, a relationship develops. Doesn't anybody see that interaction? I guess we're just all too stuck on these devices that I'm talking on. But think about that, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking to the HUD person, okay? He's authorized. They know. They know what the numbers are. You know what the numbers are. He knows what he's there locally in Nevada, say. We'll use Nevada, okay? He's here locally. So guess what? You and him can discuss the laws locally that you, the vendor, the employee, the independent contractor, have to follow, obey, and pay for. A lot of those laws cost money, ladies and gentlemen. H2O, an environmental hazard waste removal place. It's the law. And that gets circumvented all the time because you have to include in debris count. No, I don't. That is separate waste. It's charged different. It's a whole different animal to dispose of it. You can get 336 1-gallon paint cans in a cubic yard. Okay? No. That is a different animal altogether. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's insane. Is what that is. But, again. This is something that Eric Miller, Mr. Miller's been supervising. He's not been addressing labor. He's been ignoring labor. And maybe it's time Maybe it's time labor circumvents. You want to start a Twitter campaign for property preservation, ladies and gentlemen? I got one going for GMO. We can get one going. We can get Micro in there. We can get the Department of Labor. We can figure out how to do something and start tweeting them, hey, why ain't you bringing this work home? Why isn't the work coming home? Why aren't relationships being developed within the communities, a bond of trust? So when Mr. Acosta's labor designate or Mr. Carson's HUD designatee here locally, he knows when you submit your bill that you didn't cheat them. And that is what is missing in the entire industry, working relationships between all the agencies. There is none, ladies and gentlemen. It's an outsourcing mentality. It's been parlayed and pyramided. Hi, Mr. Miller, under your supervision, with this outsourcing mentality. Everything, even the they call it processing. Processing? That was my job. That was part of my job. That was part of my job description, was to oversee all of that in my office. That stayed in my office. Think about that. I understand people understand the systems and they do great work. I'm not banging that. I'm just, everything is outsourced. I'm not trying to cost anybody jobs because you're going to be able to get them. I'll give you an example. If there's a processor somewhere in your town, they're going to go to work for somebody. You can guarantee it. Because you bet if somebody called me and said, hey, Aaron, put something in play, I don't go back and get my old secretary. I'll pull that girl out of the ashes if I have. I don't know. Well, I mean, I know she went off and had a baby, but I'll find my old secretary because she knows what she was doing. And we never had a call back. Between the policies we had instituted, we never had a call back. We never had a call back. Never had a call back. You know, I compare the outsourcing to a pie, okay? There's only 8 pieces of pie. We can make them 16 if everybody wants a little smaller. But what we can't do is make them 10 and 20. The pie has only got 8 pieces. The pie has only got 8 pieces. Speaking of control, we're going to talk control for just a minute before I get out of here. Up to the minute fraud reporting, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget foreclosurepedia.org, foreclosurepedia.org. HUD got some new regulations. We have media requests in questioning this. I hope it is Thursday. We're going into Friday. It's going to be a happy Friday because this is going to make you laugh. I got to ask a question. The new HUD regs say they want receipts. Are we being reimbursed on the dump fees? Part of the deal in the lawsuits, dump fees. Okay? Now, you are required to provide a photo of the dumpster and the trailer. You're also, hold the phone, put your hat on, hold on, sit down. Sit down. I don't want nobody falling over. Sit. You are also to provide the measurements of the vessel hauling the debris away. It's a requirement. I don't care what it is. You got to label all these photos. My question is, and I'm going to get to this in just a second. My question is, are these HUD regulations, or is this coming from the order mill? Because they say up to 80 yards is approved. After 80 yards, we will obtain HUD approval. Boom, ching, dang, boom, boom. You just ran into the brick wall. That's control. That's control. Get a hold of your state representative. That is control. Too much control. That's all I'm going to say. We do have a question in. We're going to ask that question. I cannot imagine having to provide the measurement of a waste management truck that comes to pick a dumpster up at my yard. I just cannot fathom that. The dumpster doesn't haul itself away, ladies and gentlemen. It gets loaded and then hauled away. And you have to provide the measurement. Oops! There's an oops moment for somebody. I got a feeling. I could be wrong, but you got to admit, it's kind of funny. Hey, fix, R-E-O, looking for properly licensed folks. In, they got a list. Get ready. Arizona, Connecticut, Delaware, Massachusetts, the Granite State, New Hampshire. Hey, the Garden State, New Jersey, and home of Hatch Chilies, New Mexico, New York, where they got the goofy mayor. Yeah, and the Cuomo, those people. Ohio, Pennsylvania, that Keystone State. Yes, the Keystone State, Rhode Island, and Vermont, home of Bernie the fake. Bernie's a fake, my humble opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. We got to get out of here today for closerpedia.org, up to the minute fraud reporting. If you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, Kim Savage, Women at Work Incorporated, ladies and gentlemen, she will get you taken care of. Property management, maintenance. She got all that stuff going on. She got it going on. 804-539-4333. Give her a call. She gets you taken care of. That's it for Preservation Thursday. We'll talk more later. Let's have a great day. Let's all be safe out there.